Well, guys, things escalated a little. Obviously, this is still going to be budget, 100%, and I'm keeping track of all our costs. But I started thinking to myself, this is probably about a week ago now, what's the cheapest way to go faster? It's less weight. So I got the grinders out and the Sawzalls. I started cutting, and I'm trying to make this thing as light as possible. So here's a little update on the doors. I took some of the roof structure out. I cut all that back bracing out. I haven't done the tubs yet. I'm still trying to decide. Haven't done the rear yet. Probably need to do that too, shave a few pounds. Rear door. Obviously, the front glass was all tore up. Could barely see through it, so we went ahead and pulled that. And we also found a deal on this notch. So I had been looking at this car for a couple months and trying to nab the parts off of it and sell the shell. So I think that's what we're gonna do. It's got an 8.8, it's got 31 spline Mosier axles. It had this front K member in it with a rack and a bump steer kit with some cheapo blown coilovers, but we can actually adjust the ride height, so that'll be nice. It had SN95 front brakes, and it's 5-lug on the front and the rear. So we're gonna have to find some different wheels and tires, but I think we're gonna put this rear end and the welds with the 4-lug on the notch, make it a roller, and then sell it as a shell roller notch. We got the front end and we've got the dash. And so out of these parts, we were able to get a quick release steering wheel, so that'll go in the Fairmont, a shock mount bar. Here's a Team Z anti-roll bar that was in the car, upper and lower Team Z adjustable control arms, and rear Warrior coilovers. So as much as I want to get this thing together as cheap as possible, I'm here now. I'm kind of thinking about just going ahead and doing the mini tub and the anti-roll bar. Obviously, if your end goal is to only be NA, then that would be not mini tubbing it, not doing coilovers would be sufficient. So there's a lot of, maybe we'll do a breakdown where it's like things you didn't have to do, but we did, because obviously after we go NA, we plan on going faster. Oh yeah, and I got a mild steel cage with this car for a Fox. So it should be really close, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and do a 6-point or maybe the full 8-point mild steel roll cage in the Fairmont, because I'm cutting structure out and I wanna be safe. We have the Kirky seat, so I'll need some brackets. Maybe I can throw up a little screenshot of where our budget is sitting currently. Yeah, January's been weird. We fought sickness and I got that video out, and my wife's about to have a kid. I'm about to have a kid too. So any day now, my wife's gonna give birth. We are promoting an event here coming up in a few months, and so we're trying to gather everything and get that all set up on the back end website, event page and stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link to a Facebook group that we're posting some information on right now. And that event is going to be May 10th. Yeah, May 10th. I'll post up the flyer. It's called Streetcar Chaos. And I have been cutting, to say the least, as I stated earlier in the video. So we're going to go ahead and drop this thing. It's not quite as light as it's going to be, but we're also going to be putting a crap ton back in it, obviously, for the windshield and stuff like that. But we have a manual brake master that's going to be going on it. But this is really close. This is most everything before we start putting the motor, trans, ECU, seat, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be pumped if this thing's under like 1,500, but we're about to find out. All right, so the front's on the ground, rear isn't. We'll just subtract that 6 pounds because I can't zero it out now. All right, here we go. Letting the jack down. All right, attempt number 2. It rolled off the scales. 900 pounds on the rear. Let's see what happens when I lower the front. Holy crap. Well, I hit my goal. 1375. My goal was 1,500. Wow. So my goal was to shave 200 pounds. We shaved 320 pounds, 325 pounds. Holy crap. That's awesome. And that is, I mean, I got the hood on it. The fenders are on it. The headlights are there. The front grille and crap's there. So the only thing we're missing is polycarb for the windshield, and that's not if we polycarb. That's all glass everywhere else still. That's incredible. I'm excited. This thing is gonna fly. I am pumped. And then we'll have, you know, 100 pounds probably of cage in the car. I gotta look up what a mild steel 850 cage is. That's all we're putting in it for now. Eventually we'll cut the floor out and we'll go 25 something chrome moly, you know, 2-3 years down the road. That'll be the goal when we're doing like 7s, but hey, let's go 12s, 11s, and 10s NA first. How about that? All right, well, for a budget car, that cost me, shaving all that weight, cost me a lot of time in a grinder and a K member. That's pretty much all that changed. That is crazy. I'm freaking pumped. Thanks for watching this video. I can't believe how freaking light we got this thing. If you want to support us, we'd really appreciate it. Check out our website down below. We got sweet shirts like this. DadRod Garage. Spend time with your kids, love your family, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.